Change your heart, change your life, change the planet.
Hey everybody, it's Tim Van Orden out on a boot slog up the old stage road from Bennington to Woodford. And as I'm slogging along today, I'm thinking a lot about hope and the power that hope has to change your life. But there's a twist here. I believe that hope changes your life in a negative direction, that hope is not a good thing the way that it's currently practiced, embodied, or experienced in our culture. So I want to break that down a little bit because I'm in the middle of what I calculate to be the longest stretch of bottom depression that I've probably ever experienced in my life. It's gone on for almost 2 years now straight. And I'm able to stay active and I'm able to stay engaged in my life, but I have to go through a process several times every day in order to get engaged because it's not my default state to just bounce up and do something like slogging up the mountain today. It's about 10 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not sleeping well. My legs and back are super achy. And I'm climbing, I think, 1,350 feet in 2 miles in the snow in my big boots. So this is not easy. And the reason that this is showing up for me is that there are a lot of people in my life in person and online and people that I work with that are clinging to hope in order to make themselves feel good. But the actual result is that they're not engaging in the steps that they need to engage in to actually change something. They're just hoping it changes. So I've created an acronym as I was slogging up the mountain today for HOPE, because what it does is hinder objective, pragmatic engagement. And in psychology, they say that hope impedes adaptation. And what that means is that if you hope that a stressor goes away, or you hope that an obstacle just solves itself over time, which does happen on occasion, they call that regression to the mean, where things generally tend to bounce back towards a more normal state for you. Like you get sick, and if you just wait it out, you'll probably get better. Maybe not, but probably you will. So hope sometimes, I won't say that it works, but it doesn't do a whole lot of damage because you do regress to a mean, to a state where you're able to engage again. But there are a lot of situations where that's not going to happen, that you have to take steps. Like, for instance, someone in my position in the midst of a, what I call bottoming depression, where you really can't get any more depressed. And that's based on my, 30 some years of experience with depression. So I have a lot to base that on. Anyway, in the situation that I'm in, or people are in similar boats, you have to take steps. It's not going to go away on its own. It's not going to just bounce back. You're not simply going to get your life back around the corner. You've got to actually open up your life, take a look, see what's broken, see where you're challenged, see what you can do, see what you can't do, and then construct a process to take steps to remain engaged. You have to be exceptionally deliberate about your life on a daily basis when you're in the midst of a real challenge, and hope is going to stop you from doing that. It's like when someone has a pain or a lump somewhere, or they've cut themselves and they don't want to look, they don't want to know, they don't want to go to the doctor, they don't want to get the checkup, they just want to hope that it gets better. But if they had actually gone to the doctor and found out what the objective reality is, or get a better understanding, because sometimes you're not going to find out, but maybe we can eliminate some possibilities, that actually helps you set a new course of action and construct a plan or a process that can make a difference. But if you're not looking at the objective reality, and if you're not being pragmatic, you're just hoping that you win the lottery or whatever it might be, you're not just going to stay stuck, you're going to get worse. things underneath your conscious radar are probably moving in a negative direction, like with depression. And if I don't do something about it, I'm done. So every day I do something about it, like this. And this changes me. This gives me a window of 4 or 5 hours that I can function in a pretty powerful way. And then I've got to create another process of engagement so that I can make it through the night. And that's taking responsibility, whereas hope is about avoiding responsibility. So it's kind of funny because when I'm challenged, I often like to watch romantic comedies because they're light and foolish and full of hope. And it makes me laugh rather than it makes me believe. But one of the ones I watched a week ago was Hope Floats with Sandra Bullock, which is not a comedy at all. It's kind of a horrible film. I've been thinking about that idea of hope floating. Like, what does that mean? And what's occurred to me as I'm slogging up the mountain today is that when your actual life or your body has sunk to the bottom, hope floats up, but your body remains on the bottom. But your hope, your imagination, your wishful thinking has floated up. And it's like, oh, look, I can see the sun. I'm not at the bottom of the ocean at all. Oh, what a beautiful day. Yeah, things are going to change. It's going to get better. Meanwhile, your body is on the bottom, not getting oxygen. So a part of you sinks before hope floats. And what you really need to do is get yourself out of that ocean. You need to bring your actual body, your real self, through a deliberate process back to shore so that you can breathe. Because hope is going to drown you. All right, I hope there was some fun in there for you. I'm at the top of the mountain now, and I'm going to head down, and I'm feeling pretty good, and my day has shifted because I took steps, because I took responsibility, and it was a very gentle process. No force, no willpower, no suffering, just little tiny steps, one after another, and here I am. All right, I hope that helps you. I hope. See what I did there? I'll see you soon. Bye.